Welcome back, beauties. And if you're new here, my name is Sarah and I love all things astrology and small business. I like to help business owners bring astrology and alignment into their operations. This week, we'll be talking about the astrology for the week of September 9th through September 15th. But before we do, make sure you subscribe so you can always stay up to date on the weekly astrology along with the month ahead astrology forecasts. Later on this month, I'm hosting a fall quarter planning session where we will go through all of the main astrology transits happening for the fall season. And I'll help you target where it's happening in your chart so you can understand what areas of life are going to get a highlight. It's pay what you can, so you can literally pay like $1 if that's all you can do. That's totally fine with me, no judgment here. But it's totally worth it to get a little bit of foresight as to what cycles are going to be coming your way. If you're looking to get a little deeper to see how these transits impact your chart personally, make sure you book a personal reading with me. I have month ahead, quarter ahead, and year ahead. All right, let's dive into the astrology for this week. We have a pretty light week, thank goodness, because we do start eclipse season next week. So it's nice to have just a few transits. We only have 3 happening this week, and they're all pretty harmonious. The first transit we get isn't until Wednesday, September 11th, and that is Mercury sextile to Mars. This is a conversation of harmony, and it brings together our minds, our communications, our thinking patterns with how we assert ourselves, our motivations, and our desires. Mars is also the planet of energy and physical energy, so it gives our mind and our mentality a boost. With this, we get sharp and direct communication and thinking. So it's really good to have maybe harder conversations such as negotiations or hashing out some details. It's also good energy for problem solving, direct and quick problem solving. You might feel more motivated and focused during this time. As for business owners, because we're feeling more motivated and focused, if you have a task that takes more mental energy, this is a good time to get it done. You'll have a little boost to help you follow through. Also, as mentioned before, if you need to make some negotiations, this is a good time to do that. It may not be a good transit necessarily to have a conversation where you need to be more empathetic. We may come off as being a bit direct, although Mars is in the sign of Cancer, so any of that harshness that comes with Mars is a bit softened with the Cancer energy. The next transit we get is on Thursday, September 12th, and that's the Sun square Jupiter. Generally, when we get a square, it's a conversation of tension, but not all squares are created equal, and a Sun square Jupiter is not so bad of a square. Jupiter brings optimism, generosity, opportunities, and so we may just be filled with optimism. The harshness of this transit can be that we're overly optimistic or overly confident, and so we might find ourselves taking on more than we can handle, or we might find ourselves saying yes to things that don't actually work out later on once we see all the details. Jupiter is all about the big picture, and so it's easy to miss those little details. But overall, we definitely will have an increased sense of enthusiasm. As for business owners, I would use this energy to get ahead on any projects. Just be super mindful that you're not committing to any projects at this capacity, because I would just assume that you might have a lot of energy now, but that might dissipate later on. So if you take on this much and you don't have space for that later on, you don't want to commit to this much. Just assume this energy will dwindle. The last transit we get is on Saturday, September 14th, and that's Venus trine Jupiter. Such a lovely transit. It's all about love and harmony and joy and kindness and optimism. It's a really lovely transit for any sort of social gathering or meeting new people. It can also bring a lot of enthusiasm towards your creative projects. There's also potential financial opportunities, so keep your mind and heart open to things that could come your way. As for business owners, tap into your relationships. Having some fun with your relationships could build a deeper bond and therefore deeper trust. Definitely a great day for networking or events. That's it. That's it for this week. It's a pretty simple week. It's a pretty lovely week, which is nice. So just relax into this week as we get a little bit more chaos coming over the next few weeks of this month. If you want to get reminders of all the transits happening each day, then head over to my Instagram where I share all the transits to my story that are happening for each day. Until next time, stay hella fluid, y'all.